G'day everyone, welcome back to my next trip. First of all, I must apologise, it's been a while since my last video. Unfortunately, lack of funds and family life and everything else sort of got in the way. But I do apologise for that. This year I hope to do a lot more trips. I'll get myself a lot more organised and start getting out and about in a few places and going and doing things and bringing you guys a lot more videos. Anyway, this morning I've just woken up and we're at the old historic town site of Dunn, which is just south of Norseman. Yesterday we did the old Dunn's track. Well, we did as much of it as we could. It was a fantastic day. The idea of this trip is to do a recce for my four-wheel drive club, and we're going to be running this trip in Easter. So anyway, our first day of travel I didn't do any filming. It was simply travel from Perth down to Ravensthorpe, and we stayed overnight at the Green Haven Caravan Park, and I can highly recommend that place. It was absolutely fantastic, great facilities and nice and cheap. Yesterday morning we woke up and left Ravensthorpe at 7:30 in the morning, and we got here just on 4:30 last night. Overall the track isn't too bad and in pretty good condition until you hit the national park, and once you're in the national park the roads through the Pig Charles National Park and then the Lake King Norseman Road is absolutely horrific for corrugations, and I mean corrugations, and you may see some of that in the footage that I shot. Absolutely enjoyed the Dunn's track, well, up until we got to the Pig Charles National Park. Some parts were a bit scratchy, a lot of sandy sections. It's not an overtly technical trip, but it was a great trip. If you're looking for something different to do, I can highly recommend the Dunn's track. The plan for today is to travel from here to the breakaway campsite, which is on the Hyden-Norseman Rd, but we're going to go up via the old Hyden-Norseman Rd, so I'll film that as we go through. All the trip's been pretty good vehicle-wise. We have had a couple of issues. Two vehicles got punctures. Troopy had to repair two tyres, and one of them he had to change once we got to the highway because the patch repair work was not the best. It was not safe because it was in the sidewall, but it was enough to get him to the major bitumen road. Mick got a flat tyre, couldn't repair his, so he had to change his over. For me, I had dramas. I had one of the doors on my camper trailer come open and we nearly ripped that off, so we had to repair that last night. And Pat and I also had issues with our Anderson plugs from our trailers coming out, and we had to repair them last night. And Pat also had to do some repair work on his front hubs. They weren't working properly. But overall the trip isn't too hard on vehicles. You just got to take your time and drive carefully to the conditions. I'm about now to get up and have my breakfast. The kettle's just boiling there off to my right. So I hope you enjoy this trip, and it starts off with us leaving Ravensthorpe yesterday morning. Thanks very much, and I'll catch you later. Okay guys, good morning. As you know from the introduction, we're doing the Dunn's track. We've just left Ravensthorpe. We stayed overnight at the Green Haven Caravan Park, which is a fantastic little spot if you're down this way. And we're now making our way to the start of the Dunn's track, and once from there it's roughly a northeast direction from Ravensthorpe to Dundas. So I'll catch you up very shortly. Okay, we're just we're just approaching the turn-off shortly, Carlingup Road, and that's going to be the start of the Dunn's track. And this is it here. Turning left.
Roger left.
I'll pull up just up here and we can air our tyres down a little bit. So we just turned left on the Carlingup Road, and from here this is the start of the Dunn's track. So we're just going to let our tyres down and make our way. So I'll catch you shortly. Okay, we just finished airing down. I've gone down to 25 psi all the way around. The other guys have gone to about 30. Pat in the Land Cruiser at the back there was having a bit of a trouble with his hubs, but he seems to be all done now. So we're going to get on the road. Catch you shortly.
See how we go. We'll go tail in.
Roger, thank you very much. Okay guys, just finished airing down, as you would have seen on the footage, or not so much as airing down, but it's parked on the side. We're on Carlingup Road and we're now making our way. So this is the start of the Dunn's track. My understanding is that a lot of the original Dunn's track has been turned into country roads, so some of it's going to be fairly smoothish like this. So having said that, the corrugations are a little bit here, as you might hear.
We're going to hang back a little bit just because we can't see you guys already. Yeah, dust is pretty bad.
Yeah, roger, no problems. Make sure we'll mark all the corners, etc. As you can hear, the road's a bit dusty, but we'll make our way. Alright, I'll catch you again shortly. The train has changed already. We've sort of come out. We're into the bottom end of the Western Woodlands area, the southern Goldfields. And the fauna and all that is just changing dramatically. There's not as many big trees here, but it's absolutely stunning country. Absolutely stunning. The road at the moment's not too bad. There is some mild corrugations, but again, let your tyre pressures down and drive to the conditions, you'll be fine. We're only sitting on about 60 k's because we're here to enjoy the drive and not do it at warp factor 10. But yeah, it's just beautiful at the moment. Okay, we're just turning onto
Jimmy.
Viltrox Road. Yeah, we just turned left onto Viltrox Road, and we'll follow this for some distance, and then we'll be doing a right turn. It's a well-maintained road. Again, there's a few corrugations, so drive to the conditions. Okay guys, we're just crossing the state barrier fence. You'll see a sign there saying access is prohibited. That is on the road that runs alongside of the barrier fence. It's not this one. Make sure when you come through, you shut the gates. There's also a sign saying Kujanup track. So
Just up on the left is that hut, Charles.
yeah, I see it. And as you come through the barrier fence, you'll see there on the left hand side's an old Douglas hut. Guys, we've just crossed, as I said, the state barrier fence, and we're now on the track. At this stage it looks okay. I have gone into four-wheel drive into 4 high. There is some sandy sections, but it looks okay. We have already seen a couple of roos, so just beware if you come down that there's plenty of wildlife. And we're now making our way. I'm going to see if we can get into Muck and Woburn Rock. If we can, I'll speak to you then. If not, I'll let you know. Yeah, silly place to build a nest, isn't it? Okay, so I'll chat to you shortly. Track's very interesting now. It's a little bit overgrown in some spots, a little bit, some trees closing in, guys, but other than that, it seems to be pretty good. I can see that there are wheel tracks on this track, but they look very old, so no one's been down here for a few weeks. So we're not sure if anyone's coming the other way, so we're just monitoring a couple of channels and just driving to the conditions. But yeah, it's interesting so far. track's not too bad, guys. I mean, it is four-wheel drive track, and that's what we're out here doing. So just take it easy. There are some sections where the grass is a bit high, and it is a bit sandy, so just take it easy. Okay guys, we just had to stop. Pat and the white troopy at the rear staked the tyre, so they've just plugged it at the moment. We're just making our way along. If the drone footage worked out, I put the drone up and flew back and tried to do a little bit of filming while they were doing that. So I'll put that footage up now. Otherwise, we're making our way now towards Cascade Road, the intersection with Cascade Road I should say, which is about another 8 kilometres, and we're doing about 40k an hour, 30 to 40k an hour, so take a bit over half an hour or so to get there. And we're going to have morning tea and probably put food in the travel buddy ovens, etc, etc. So I'll have a chat to you then. Catch up. Okay guys, we've just reached the intersection with the Cascades Road. Dunn's track continues over the other side, as you can see. We just had a quick break, had some Mornos, and we're now continuing on. I suggest strongly that if you stop when you go to cross this road, you really stop and check. We've had a number of vehicles come up, both up and down, and they're all sitting on about warp factor 10 as they come through. So it's a very smooth road, so before you cross, don't just drive out, stop and make sure it's clear. Okay, we're continuing on. Hopefully along this way there's a couple of soaks and wells and all that, historic ones that we're going to try and stop and find. If we do, I'll obviously film and photograph that, and we'll show you. Okay guys, we just had a quick stop where we're looking for a soak called Peter's Soak. It was supposed to be on our left hand side, just a short distance back, but we couldn't find any access road in, so I put the drone up to have a quick look around. That footage looks any good, I'll put that up and show you, but from the air I couldn't see anything. The terrain just all looks the same. Even though by our maps and everything we were parked almost on top of the soak, it should have been in on the left hand side. We just couldn't find it, so we're now continuing on. Hopefully we're going to be able to find another one called Welcome Well or Welcome Soak. That's another 20 odd k's along this track. Track at the moment it's not too bad, it's just a bit on the sandy side and a little bit corrugated, as you may hear. but other than that, it's been a fantastic drive. It's not extreme, but it is very good. Just still on the track, but we're just coming to a real sandy section. A little bit on the soft side, nothing too difficult. I'm running my tyres at 25 psi and I'm getting through it all right. But it certainly does. Wouldn't want to do it if the tyres were too hard. Okay, we've had to cut out a bit of the map that's on our electronic maps, and we've now taken a right turn down another track to try and find another track that should be on our left after about 6 kilometres or maybe 5 kilometres now. So this one's much well used. The other track I didn't film it because we all of a sudden hit a complete dead end, and with camper trailers on and all that, it took us quite a while to get through and get around. But we managed to do it, and we're now moving again. Okay, I'll chat to you a bit later. Found a track going now to our left. I'm turning down that. Okay guys, we've now come around. The track that we tried to come across that was on the map should be joining up here somewhere. As you can see, the road in the distance is going straight on ahead. I don't know if you can see Peak Charles too well, but it's this big pyramid dome straight out in front of us. Looks absolutely awe-inspiring amongst the flat horizon. So that's where we're heading to slowly. Okay guys, we've just stopped and had some lunch. We tried to go to a place called Welcome Well, but we sent Mick down because his car doesn't have a trailer on. He got part of the way down, reckoned there was no way we would get in there with the trailers. It was pretty overgrown and scratchy, so he turned around, and in doing so he got a puncture. So we decided to have lunch while he was fixing that puncture, and when we stopped, Pat realised he had another puncture on the rear. I took some quick footage of him fixing that, so I'll put that on now. So Mick and Pat are all fixed up, and we're now heading towards Peak Charles, which you can see in the distance every now and then when I get up to the top of the hill. The track here at the moment's a bit on the sandy side, but it's not too bad. It's been a good run. So the next point of interest is a place called Dog Rock. Not sure if we're going to go in there yet. Again, it'll depend on what the tracking is like. If we can't get the ones with the trailers in, we're not doing it. But I'll chat to you soon. Pat's got his second puncture for the day, so we're now fixing it. He's just pulled it out.
One little plug. Perfect.
Excellent. Oh, that should get us home all right.
Pump it up.
Okay guys,
The good news is mask wearing's been extended until Friday indoors.
Okay guys, we've just come into Dog Rock. The first road we took was not the right one, but coming around now you'll see it. We'll get the other guys are already here.
Oh, is that good?
That's Dog Rock.
Well,
I'll put
that's true, yeah.
the drone up,
Well, not good for everyone.
and we'll get some shots.
Must be a
Catch you shortly.
pain.
Okay guys, we've just passed through a multi-way intersection. We're taking the track that's signposted to Peak Charles via Anne's Pass. It says a distance of about 10 kilometres. The terrain sort of changed again, and we've got a lot more larger trees than we were just in, and the ground's slightly harder. We just had some very soft sand, but we're making our way around now to Peak Charles. And from there we're going to try and make our way to Dundas. I'm not 100% sure if we'll get there tonight. I want to be into a camp spot by 5 o'clock at the latest, which will give us plenty of time to set up. So if we're not in Dundas by 5, we'll find somewhere along the way.
Great has been through here.
Scenery here is absolutely spectacular.
Sorry, Carl, your doors of your campus open.
Roger, I'll pull down at the spot down here and I'll do it. Okay guys, I just had to quickly pull up because the side door on my camper trailer somehow has been ripped off, and I've had to tie it up with straps at the moment. I don't know how it's happened. I must have hit a tree or something's caught the latches and pulled it open. It doesn't look too badly damaged, but the one hinge is completely ripped off and the other one's all bent and buckled. I should be able to just replace the hinges and I'll be fine, but I'm just got to get home first. But as I was trying to say before, the scenery around here is absolutely stunning. We're making our way around to, we're going to go past Peak Charles and then making our way up to Dundas. Okay guys, don't know if you can hear, but it's heavily corrugated. We've just turned out of off the Peak Charles Road onto the Norseman Lake King Road. Most of the track coming out of Peak Charles was heavily corrugated, and this road's not much better. It's some parts are okay and some parts absolutely shocking. We're trying to drive as best to the conditions. But it is extremely hard. Talk to you soon. Alright guys, we just reached the intersection with the Coolgardie Esperance Road. We're about to turn left onto it and head up to Dundas. We're just finishing airing up and making some repairs.
Bag you got on the roof.
Just finished making some repairs and we're about to head off to Dundas. Were you talking to me or Mick?
No, mate, all good, we're ready.
Roger. Turning left. Just watch for traffic. Yeah, so now we're turning onto the highway and we're heading to Dundas. And we should be there, I think it's about a 30k run.
Is the car coming with its headlights on?
Just coming up to the turn to Dundas. It's a tourist drive in. Okay, turning in here, tourist drive, Dundas.
Gotcha.
1.8 kilometres. Alright, so once we reach the historic site at Old Township of Dundas, that's technically the end of the Dunn's track. We've tried to do it as much as possible. There is a section that we could have gone off between when we got onto the highway, but we decided we just need to get here. We've got
a rubbish bin.
got a few things to repair and stuff like that.
Sorry, what was that? I think that's a strange place to have a yellow rubbish bin.
So we're just coming in to the old town site of Dundas now. Okay, we've been in camp now for about an hour and a half. We've been set up. We've had to do some repairs. I'll take you over and show you Pat doing some repairs on his true carry. He's had to repair the two hubs. Today's been a bit of a day for damage to the gears. We've had 3 tyres punctured. 2 Anderson plugs have come out and been destroyed. And I ripped the door off of my camper trailer on the passenger side. How that came undone, I don't know. But we're here at the old town site of Dundas. Just zoom you, pan you around and show you what the place looks like. It's not bad, it's a historic little town. Unfortunately, the flies are pretty bad here at the moment. So, and we may have a bit of a storm coming in. He's repaired the passenger side, now he's doing the driver's side, ably assisted by Simon and Mick, who's doing a fantastic job.
He's doing what?
He's doing very little, but he's doing good at it.
Oh, okay, well that's fair enough.
He didn't film the repairs.
Moral support.
He didn't film the repairs on his van.
No, I'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, it's been a day of breaks. We've had 3 tyre punctured, 2 Anderson plugs damaged, and Pat's doing his hubs right now. This is Tuesday morning, second day of the trip. We're about to head off very shortly. I'm currently standing at the site that's a memorial cairn to the historic town site of Dundas. Dundas was settled in about 1894, but only lasted until about 1929 when the new town of Norseman sort of took off and everyone sort of left and moved to Norseman. The town never fully developed. There were some main buildings. Apparently where I'm standing right now is the old hotel, and there's a blacksmith shop nearby and a few other bits and pieces, but from reading the plaques, most people just lived in the old canvas tents and stuff like that. It's quite a spectacular place. This morning's not too bad. It's lovely and cool and the breeze is blowing. If you ever get the chance, come out this way. It certainly is worth a visit. We had a great camp here last night. Beautiful, beautiful night. We thought there was going to be storms, but nothing sort of eventuated, and this morning it's crystal clear. From here, we're now going to head off very shortly and make our way to the Breakaways campsite on the Hyden-Norseman Rd, but we're going to go via a few other old tracks and have a bit of an explore around. So I'll catch you then. Okay guys, we're leaving the town side of Dundas. We're going to take the Dundas Historic Trail now. It goes for about 25 kilometres.
Tailwind's just about ready.
Roger, thank you. We'll take it slow until everyone's on the road. Yeah, so we're just going to take the historic trail, see what it's like, and then from there we'll get onto the bitumen and head slowly towards the Old Hyden-Norseman track. So I will catch everyone a bit later on. For those that are interested, we're currently on the Dundas Historical Trail, and it's actually very, very interesting. There's a whole heap of sites that you can stop off and explore. Unfortunately, we haven't done that because we don't quite have the time today. But if you're ever down this way and you want to have a good look around, it's very, very interesting.
There's some historical value of it for them to map the sites and that.
And yeah, it's well worth it coming to have a look and see what you think and spend a day here. And the drive itself is just pretty. Just had to pull over. I think I got a flat. We might try and plug it, but I'm not sure if that's going to work. Hey guys, just finished changing the tyre. We had a few issues. We ended up having to get a high lift jack out and lift the wheel and the back of the end up, and everything was just, yeah, we just couldn't get the jacks in high enough underneath. Unfortunately, I didn't film any of that because we're just too busy trying to sort it out, and I just didn't have the time or the need to want to film it. I'm sure people have seen tyres get changed before. We're now back on the road. I think it took us about half an hour to do, so we're still cruising along the Dundas historic route, and I'll chat to you later. Okay guys, we've driven through Norseman. We're just passing Lake Cohen. We're on our way hopefully to the Old Hyden-Norseman Rd, and we're going to be taking that. Okay, we're going to be turning on the Old Hyden-Norseman track. Okay, we just turned on the Old Hyden-Norseman track. I'll just find a spot up here and we can air down a bit. Okay guys, we're on the Old Hyden-Norseman track. You may have seen the sign there when I pulled up, warning you that it's remote and not maintained. So really only for those who are competent drivers and people who can come out bush. It's an interesting drive.
We'll catch up with you guys in a sec. We're just on a phone call. Roger.
Roger. So it's an interesting drive, and we'll show you the way along it. Okay, I got a tree down and there's no way around it, so I'm going to have to get out and cut.
Okay, we'll catch up and help.
Okay guys, got a tree down in front of me. We can't go around it. Doesn't look like it's a chicken shack, so we're just going to cut it, so I'll catch you soon. Yeah, it does. It's a great track. I mean, it's not extremely hard or technical or anything. It's just a great track. Sort of closes in a little bit, just be careful. Huge big washout here, just take it careful.
Yeah, roger.
Yeah, I'm straddling the ruts. And another one, but it doesn't look as big. Okay guys, we've just been making our way along the Old Hyden-Norseman Rd. It's been a beautiful drive. We've just passed an area where we could see some smoke off in the bushland, probably couple hundred metres off the road. We've gone past it now, but we're not sure what started the fire or not. We can't see anything around. It's probably maybe a lightning strike last night or something's got something burning, I'm not sure, but it's well off the road, so we're just continuing on. We're coming across the intersection with the Victoria Rocks Road. We're going to stop there and have some lunch. This is an absolute wonderful drive though, but you got to be careful. There's a lot of washouts and ruts and jump ups and things like that sneak up on you if you're not careful. But it's been a good drive. Alright, chat to you soon. Guys, we've just left the Old Hyden-Norseman track and we're now on the Victoria Rocks Road, and we're making our way down to the new Hyden-Norseman Road, and we're going to go to McDermott Rock and have lunch there. So I'll chat to you once we get into that locality. Okay guys, we've just reached the Hyden-Norseman Road, and we've made a decision. We're going to go down here a couple of kilometres and we're going to have our lunch break at the Lake Johnson picnic spot, which is just a couple of k's down the road. So we're just making our way down there now, and we're on the Hyden-Norseman Road, and as you can see it's quite a well graded road. It's well used, especially by mine trucks. Yeah, turning in. Okay guys, we're turning into the Lake Johnson picnic area. Try and find somewhere nice to park. Looks like quite a nice spot. You can camp here. And looks like someone's had a great old time driving out on the salt lake. It's a real clever thing to do, getting salt all through your vehicle.
I'll go use the porcelain. Yep, so do we all. The ladies want to go first?
No, you can.
I don't think they'll notice the difference after you've been in there, Mick. Okay guys, we've just finished our lunch. We're now going to make our way down the Hyden-Norseman Rd, back the way we just came, heading towards Hyden. We're aiming to get to the Breakaways campground, which is a few kilometres down the road. And we're going to get in there nice and early this afternoon, set up, and then just have a relaxing afternoon. So I'll chat to you once we get closer to that. Guys, we're now just coming up to the turn off to the Breakaways campground off the Hyden-Norseman Rd. So I'm just about to turn in.
Now you're talking some money.
It's a great campground if you ever get this way. It's down off the main road. You get a little bit of road noise sometimes at night, but most of the time you don't. And it is a rather large area. Okay guys, that's it. We're at the Breakaways campground. I'm going to pull up and everyone can get set up. Catch you all later. Okay guys, this is pretty much the end of the trip. We just packed up and leaving the Breakaway campground now. Didn't do any filming or anything last night because no sooner had we set up than we got hit by a massive willy that came right through the middle of the camp, and then the wind just howled all night. Good thing about it, kept those flies and mosquitoes away, but it just wasn't conducive to any sort of photography type of work. But that's it, so that's the end. Pretty much now we're heading to Hyden, and then from Hyden onto Perth. So that's the end of the trip for us. I hope you've enjoyed this bit of a video. Hopefully it's turned out okay. If you do like this sort of thing, please like and subscribe. I know I haven't had many videos out recently, but I do hope to get out a lot more this coming year and get a whole lot more done. To all those who have subscribed, I thank you, and yeah, catch you all around.